Hello, this is Yoswell, and tonight I'll be reviewing the 2007 Rob Zombie reboot of Halloween 2007. Now, I know I'm not really doing videos for ages, but I'm doing other stuff on the internet, so if you fair, I could wait a number for new videos to come out, and I figured, yeah, and I thought I'd do Halloween 2007, I finally thought of something, so enjoy what you can. Now, it's just a dated remake, a bit more of a darker and a bit, but sophisticated reimagining of the 1978 classic, but it's still pretty decent. I've probably call it one of the best horror movie remakes around, probably. And it came out in August 31st of 2007, directed by Rob Zombie, distributed by Dimension Films and MGM, and stars Malcolm McDowell, Tyra Main, Sheri Crompton, Danielle Harris, um, Kristina Kiev, Nick Manel, with Sheri Zombie and Marine Forsyth. Now, I didn't really watch it when it first came out, but I watched it a couple of years back and it was just so good. Anyway, let's start over. It literally starts off that we get, it's not like original when you get to see the killing straight away. It explains more Michael's backstory. And they are 34 family that live in a one-down house in the middle of Haddonfield, Illinois, the main set of the complete thing. I won't be introduced to, and there's young Michael Myers played by Dave Flash, who's a bit, who tends to be a nice guy, but tends to have a bad life as person sees that arguments with his stepdad does his stepdad there's his mum and Deborah played by Sheri Zombie, a regional in regular in Sean. While some movies of course being in the Dell rejecting the house of 1,000 corpses, which two cracking spotter films which have probably been interesting. The stepdad, Ronnie played by William Forsythe, he's a bit more slutty this time. You got the slutty Judith played by Hannah Hall. Now, Hannah Hall, there's a lot of things going down, and up there on Halloween of 19, whatever, the Halloween 1992, Halloween 70s or something, because what's what, Michael Myers kills this rat, who I don't even know what it's called, and kills it with a scalpel. Now there's tend to be arguments and a lot of things go on. And then that day at school, Michael Myers is bullied by Junie at the Spy Kids series. He's like, Junie getting killed off, it's like that Junie's, and Dawa Shibara, I should say. And he bullies him and hands out, because his mum's a splitter, hands out advertisements for her at a strip club called Bobby Red Lounge, and he gets really frustrated and starts swearing and kicking off. Now the vice principal, played by Richard Wrench, comes into the scene and Michael is spocky to him. And of course he doesn't know what's going on at home, so Deborah's called into his office and they talk about it. And then we introduce Dr. Salmon, who's played by the Clockwork Orange star. Clockwork Orange in many other good films, Malcolm Dow. Dr. Salmon is played by Malcolm Dow. Now he offers help, but Deborah's nice, the mum's nice, I'll be happy with it, and the vice principal finds pictures of dead animals that Michael's killed and shows it to Deborah. And now while this is going on, Michael escapes and follows the boy home who's walking through the woods, grabs the tree stump and beats him to death. That's what you need, serves him right. They might be going. That night, stepdad takes the mickey out in while watching Night Zombie, which is the 1936 film, Dracula. And that night, while they're doing a strict combat routine, Michael kills someone by one. While Ronnie sleeps in the answer, while this is going on, Ronnie falls asleep in the front TV and Judith and her boyfriend Stephen go make love in their room, and apart from that, and this time Michael's going trick or treating, and the most start of things going to get changed. About that, he eats his candy corn in the kitchen and grabs a butcher knife, grabs some tape and gags bombs into a chair. It's just not a nice way to go. waits a minute, and then grabs a knife and slits his throat. Now, at this time, no one hears this because he's like gagged up and he dies instantly. And then he makes his way upstairs and before Doran Steve and as he makes a sandwich and eats it, he is beaten brutally with a baseball bat. Good. And then he finally makes his way upstairs to Judith, who's listening to Brulsa Cult, which is a quick little fade away, which is good. And at first he thinks it's Steve, but Michael ends up doing sexual classes with her. And then stabs her in the stomach. She tries to get away, but she's literally slashed 3 times, which she gets death. And then, perfectly, Michael sits out on the porch at the house. Deborah discovers and a priest is coming and he's taken away to Sister Rose Sanitarium. Now, in this time, we get a bit more insight of Sister Rose Sanitarium where we're at. There's a lot of sessions with Michael and Raymond, which is a lot of things to say. I got the unweighted version and it's not good enough. And it's there's probably some relationship there. I think there's a lot of tension between them and he seems okay. It's just gross. His mum visits him once a week, and they have meetings. And but then in spare time, Michael makes masks and gets over. He gets a bit more. He gets a bit more crazy. And one day, while his mum, while Raymond is sending Deborah back to her car, Michael, the nurse who was looking after him, is killed when Michael jams a thought switch through her throat. Now they get into the elevator, they're cold, and then Michael has a total go at Devil, which ends up turning her ruining her life. And at the scene when she's watching home videos of Michael when he was younger, she commits suicide and shoots herself through the head. Now that's literally, and now Michael's 21 years of age now. He's whole grown up. He's a hulking giant, and of course we introduced to Ishmael Cruz, the one who's been working at of course time, and he's back to a time when he used to. I think I recognise a guy called, I don't know what, Courtney Vance or something, and not. And if you notice him, he was actually the ginger guy in Back to the Future, and he's now grown up and he never weirdos. And one night, Michael's doing maths in his room, and they bring a female patient and starts doing sexual things to her. Sexual balance, I can't mention it. But I mentioned what they do to her. They go out in bed and do sexual harassment on her and stuff. I can't mention it, but it's like what's it? Wage. But after that, he needs to go alone, but he kills both of the guards, both of the security guards by bunging in the head. Now there's two seats. That's in the unrated version. In the theatrical court, Michael is taken in chains to court, and he literally just strangles, which he just kicks off, strangles one the guy, shoots, one commits suicide, shoots itself through the head, and one gets his throat ripped out. Now, in this time, Ishmael comes in and discovers the secretary, Gloria, had her throat ripped out. Now, Michael, this time, we know Michael's done this completely, and Ishmael doesn't want to get hurt, but he does anyway. Michael grabs him, ducks him into drowns him in a sink, and then chucks Stephen and said, nice. And he escapes and goes to a gas station when, if you don't realise, this guy, oh, it's nice, the guy in the toilet he kills is actually from the original Dawn Dead. Not sure what not sure what his name is, but I didn't know if they want to make actors in the original Dawn Dead. So I'm like, yeah, I think I am. He just sits down on the toilet and just reads porn last scenes, which any guy would do, but in this time, Michael knocks on the door to be a pain, and Michael's in a fight with Joe, so we want the attendants there and stabs him to death and leaves him for dead. Now, anyway, we move on to Haddonfield, Illinois in the Halloween of 2007, and we introduce very quickly to Laurie Strode, played by Crompton, who's been in a lot of it. Nolan's probably most recent films was April Fool's Day when she played a magnificent killer. Now she's a normal girl. She's a bit more than she's a bit of a hottie in this film. They tried to make her a bit more interesting due to the fact that the way she was a bit timid. She wears glasses for change, which is good. And we're introduced to the friends. Annie Brackett, who played by the original, who played by Danielle Harris, who has appeared in, who played Jamie Lloyd in Halloween 4 and 5, and also appeared in films like Happy 2. And best friend Linda, played by Kristina Klebe, I don't know what she's been in. She might be in Modern Family, but apart from that, I don't even know what she's been in. And then she joke around in the library. No, 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 I get one go. And we meet Tommy. I don't know what he's played by, but who he's played by, but you know the house, and there's a famous word. So don't go in there. Wally told me that. Just the same things like how we, and then Michael discovers her. And in this time, Michael goes back to his old house, grabs his knife and puts on his trademark mask, which is a really Shatner mask, but a bit more dirty around the middle. Now they joke around in the library and talk about their dates. Linda's out a fun night at the old Myers place with her boyfriend Bob, while Annie and Roy are babysitting Tommy and Lindsay. So that's just the same plot. And they just do the same thing, walk around, so she can get the bush, it's just the same. That night she goes home and she has to babysit. And before they go on and it's nightfall, I thought they have a one at nice pace and they thought they probably just rushed it a bit. She was the last 45 minutes because it was like done for. And straight away, Windsor and Bob go to the Ryan's house to have a party and have sex and the radio. And the same thing happens. Bob walks down to get a beer from the kitchen and he is switching. But there's a few changes in this film. He's not stabbed down in the kitchen, he comes back up and then he stabs near the stairs and pinned against the wall. Now, of course, Window reveals the tits to Michael, which is funny. She's famous ghost thing. I know Aiden, Bob was actually wearing the ghost mask instead. We get to see the ghost mask, Bob wearing the ghost mask. Now she is strangled, not literally to iPhone call, she is strangled. And then Rory got around and her step parent, that's pretty much her stepdad was Pat Skipper is telling her that she's got to be careful. And then that day, Pat, her dad, her dad, the stepdad his throat slit. And then if you don't know the mother Cynthia, Cyn, don't know Cynthia, it's played by Dee Wallace, who's been fingers for Howling, E.T. and E.T. in Hills of Ice, the original, as you know it from. She tries to escape and throw in the police, but she has an ex-out. Things start to happen, and where Annie has sex with, we introduce the Paul, who we didn't even know from the first film, and then they to have sex and start to undress, I think. And then Michael stabs Paul. We see Paul dying, which is not the series. But Annie gets away in this film, so it's a bit of a different. What's one we people like? And she's a very good character in Halloween 2, as I told you before. Yeah, she's a very good character. And she runs away. She's stabbed and we think she's dead. And then afterwards, they try to. After a while, Wednesday is going to her and she goes back to the house to check where she is, but we found her with the dead on the phone. We see Paul hung with a pumpkin on his head. Nothing done there. So the police are called. And they go back to the house and the police are called. Oh, anyway, I missed out. I'm called Sheriff Brackett by none other than Brad Dourif. See, there's tons of big names in this film who voiced Chucky in the Child's Play series, has appeared in one through and lately has appeared in one drinking from the bottle count hours video. Now, they go and see when Michael Wesson literally there's some scenes where Rubens is at the gun shop, which you don't see, and it's just a waste of time. That's why I don't really really want to mention because it's like really annoying. Preschool and trying to hide in, and Michael gives chase, and she gets injured. Somehow, how she gets injured, but she's like 24 and she like hits the knee. It's not like an emotional falls down the stairs, which is more hysterical. That's the only flaw it makes. There's too many scenes you think, why is that happened? It's not even, that won't even hurt to me. It hurts, and the two of the cops trying to rescue them, stabbed in the back and one stabbed in the chest, and Lindsay and Tommy get away, and it's the, she tries to hide in the attic, but the problem is she doesn't give attack, she doesn't stab in the neck, she doesn't through the eyes, she doesn't get downstairs. There's nothing in it, and at the end she just jumps. What if she survives, and then she jumps to the floor with Michael and Roy shoots. Oh, actually, that's it for Halloween. It's a good movie, but in context, there's some things that are really out of context that are not needed. And to be honest, that's the only flaw. It's a lot of good scenes. The first hour is brilliant, but once after a while, they just skipped out a bit more bits to try and fit in the time scale. If they had to fit all those bits in, it would be like just over, probably be about 2 hours 20 minutes if you to be nearly 3 hours if you had to fit all these bits in. So of course at the cinema they need to. So it's a good film. One somebody's done an okay job on it. Actually, I played Halloween 2 is some more better sequel than remake than this, but I mean it isn't playing a lot of stuff. I'll give it say 7 out of 10. Bye.